So I know that the title of this essay is a bold statement, given that in its 15-season run, Supernatural provided a plethora of minor characters, all of whom contributed to the narrative in their own way. And I know that some of you probably clicked on the title of this video just to refute the claim. But allow me to expand on why I believe this particular character from the show's original era served not only the narrative of the show, but also added to its themes and overall lore and helped deepen the characterization of other characters along the way. To start with, we need to talk about where exactly the show was with its world building and mythology when Anna was introduced, which will lead us into how and why she was such a prominent and amazing character. Anna Milton is introduced in Season 4 of Supernatural, which is the season which also introduces the Heaven and Hell storyline, the breaking of the 66 seals by the demon Lilith, and the lead up to Lucifer rising. Season 4 opens with Dean somehow returning from Hell, and we get our first indication that something much bigger than anything we've ever seen on the show is coming. Dean's resurrection is said to be a massive cosmic event, and even the demons are running scared.
Sam, human souls don't just walk out of hell and back into their bodies easy. The sky bleeds, the ground quakes. It's cosmic.
This is our introduction to the angels, and despite how diluted and defanged they become in later seasons, when we first meet the angels in Season 4, it is in the most terrifying manner possible. One thing Supernatural was particularly good at in the Kripke era was demonstrating just how powerful these beings were. Our first taste of this is when the boys and Bobby seek out Bobby's psychic friend Pamela in order to contact whatever raised Dean, and just glimpsing the angel for a brief moment literally burns out Pamela's eyes. We later see several demons with the same horrifying injuries, and when we eventually get to see the angel Castiel, the manner in which he enters the scene leaves no question about his power. It's huge, bordering on epic, and it is clear that these beings possess far more power than the Winchesters have ever come across. We soon learn that, far from the fabled light and cuddly angels that Dean was told about by his mother, these angels are righteous, wrathful, unyielding, and completely dismissive of humanity and the collateral damage that might be incurred during their war with the demons. Over the first half of Season 4, we repeatedly see how rigid the angels are and how unfailing they are in their faith in heaven and in carrying out their orders, and it really seemed like they would never be anything other than, as Dean so eloquently puts it, self-righteous dicks. And then we meet Anna Milton. Anna is introduced in the episode I Know What You Did Last Summer, the 9th episode of Season 4, as an institutionalized young lady who has been deemed mentally unstable due to her claim of being able to hear the angels speak and her ensuing talk about the breaking of the 66 seals and the upcoming apocalypse. We soon learn that she can indeed hear the angels speak, and that the soldiers from heaven and hell are coming after her because of this. Right away, the mystery surrounding Anna intrigues, not only due to the way she can seemingly hear and interpret angel communication, but also the way she is able to recognize demons' true faces and has a surprising knowledge of dark rituals.
I sent them away. Far away.
You want to tell me how?
That just popped in my head. I don't know how I did it.
The episode builds the mystery surrounding Anna convincingly, especially since Anna herself doesn't seem to know or understand why she can hear what she does and know things she shouldn't. Everything knits together, leaving the episode on a cliffhanger before the following episode, Heaven and Hell, finally gives us the big reveal about Anna's true nature.
I remember now
Remember what?
who I am.
I'll bite. Who are you?
I'm an angel.
With this reveal, everything we think we know about the angels is suddenly turned upside down. Suddenly, we, and the characters, are confronted with an angel who not only completely breaks the mold, but who is currently human, and Anna's story of how she became human is yet another great reveal which adds to her story, the lore of the angels, and the overall narrative of the show. we discover that Anna becoming human was actually her choice. That as an angel, she fell in love with humanity and decided to rip out her own grace and fall to Earth to become human herself, in a process which was apparently neither gentle nor pretty.
Kinda hurts. Try cutting your kidney out with a butter knife. That kinda hurt.
When Dean questions Anna about why she would fall, why she would want to give up all her righteousness, grace, and immense power to be a mere mortal, we get another layer to the angel lore, as Anna bluntly lets Dean know that not only has she herself never seen God, only 4 angels in existence actually have. Anna, and the rest of the angels meanwhile, were expected to blindly follow God's orders and punished harshly when they didn't. The revelation is, once again, horrifying, illustrating not only why the angels follow their orders so rigidly, but the fear they live in if they step out of line and fail to do so. It also makes Anna's character that much more interesting and differentiates her that much more from the other angels. That she loved humanity so much that in all her thousands of years on Earth, she chose to see the good in people and decided that being a flawed, messy mortal was far better than being a prisoner of heaven, despite the grace and power granted through being an angel. We see humanity through Anna's eyes and understand the price she paid and the danger she put herself in to be amongst mortals, and it both softens her as a character while strengthening her overall characterization. Anna's story also provides a wonderful foil for Lucifer's story, and this is one of the reasons that it is such a pity that she wasn't kept around for the remainder of the Lucifer arc. The original plan was for Anna to replace Castiel as the boy's guide to heaven, but, as was horribly familiar in the supernatural fandom, her character was less popular than the male character, and instead of continuing with her amazing story, the writers eventually transferred many of her character beats to Castiel. And, while it did end up working for the show, it really could have been so much stronger with Anna, because, unlike Castiel, she is an inverse parallel to Lucifer.
I disobeyed. Lucifer disobeyed.
Over the course of the Heaven and Hell story arc, we discover that the reason Lucifer was cast out from heaven in the first place is because he refused to bow down to humanity. That when God created humans and asked his angels to see the wonder of them, Lucifer refused, and therefore God banished him, turning him into the first fallen angel. Anna's story is the opposite. She was an angel who loved humanity so much that she chose to cast herself out. Disillusioned with orders from a father she could never understand, she chose to painfully fall to Earth to become what Lucifer loathed. And, in doing so, she became another fallen angel with a death sentence on her head. But unlike Lucifer, Anna doesn't want to return to heaven, and it is only when forced into a corner that she takes back her grace. The parallel of the 2 fallen angels and the opposite reasons and methods of their falling could have made an intense and deep narrative thread. And, given that Lucifer does eventually try to tempt Castiel to his side, imagine the impact of him trying to lure Anna, one fallen angel, to another. The possibilities were endless and rich, and the initial 2 episode setup for Anna to take over Castiel's role was done extremely well, teasing the audience with intrigue, dropping the fallen angel bomb, revealing that Anna not only knows Castiel and Uriel, the 2 angels the Winchesters have been dealing with thus far, but that she was their superior in heaven and that they have been tasked with killing her because of this. And then, the amazing climax to the 2-parter, where Anna takes back her grace and becomes a powerful angel again, seemingly ready to help the Winchesters. Not only does Anna's character deepen the lore around the angels and give us a glimpse into a different kind of higher power, but her character continues to help move along the plot, themes, and narratives surrounding our main characters. The fact that she not only questioned, but disobeyed heaven becomes a particular sticking point for Castiel, who eventually goes through his own crisis of faith and calls on Anna to help him with it. Without Anna as an example, Castiel might not have eventually rebelled the way he does, and her influence is clearly felt in many of his actions over the following seasons. Anna also proves herself incredibly capable, badass, and shrewd, as she instantly picks up on Sam's blood addiction, helps Castiel see things clearer in the episode On the Head of a Pin, and saves Castiel from Uriel at the climax of said episode in spectacular fashion.
I think
There is a lot of setup with her character, and within 3 appearances, she manages to deepen the lore, further the narrative, set up Castiel's future arc, and have a strong effect on the Winchesters. I don't think any other character manages to pull off so many feats in such a short time. Unfortunately, Anna's character and arc were abruptly cut short when the decision was made to push Castiel into a bigger role. At first, Anna is quietly taken away by angels of heaven after Castiel betrays her to them, and had this been her ending, it would have been disappointing, but at least would have left the door open for her to return, or even just to give the fans the option of believing she was still alive. However, and again, as was annoyingly common on the series, Anna's character was brought back for a single episode in Season 5 only to be killed off. Her appearance in Season 5 also undoes much of her characterization and reduces her to being a plot device and the villain of the week before one of the bigger powers in the show arrives to kill her in a horrifying fashion. Anna goes from being a rebellious fallen angel who loved humanity and showed compassion and reason to a cold soldier of heaven who decides that killing Sam is the only way to prevent the apocalypse. When Castiel shields the Winchesters from her, she literally travels back in time to wipe out their parents. It makes no sense given her previous characterization, and, as mentioned, she feels more like a plot device used in order to set up the episode's real story, that of the Winchester boys getting to meet and interact with the younger versions of their parents. A previously strong and layered character is reduced to a lazy villain of the week and then booted off the show without thought, and it really was such a waste. Given her short appearance on the series, Anna's impact was lasting. As stated, her character not only deepened the lore, it helped the characterization of many of the other characters, and she herself was originally written as a layered and nuanced character, introduced in a mysterious and compelling manner, and given an intriguing and extremely interesting and sympathetic story. The actress who played her, Julie McNiven, manages to both portray the scared but determined young lady and the powerful and rebellious hired bee. Put all this together, and taking into account that she still makes best character lists to this day, and this is why I will continue to claim that Anna Milton is Supernatural's best minor character.